How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5, and here today we have UFC Fight Night Lingo versus Torres, a big fight, a huge fight actually, in the featherweight division. Austin Lingo, always a threat in that featherweight division, coming off a loss to current champion Chase Hooper, taking on Daniel Torres, number 10 in the division. He's on a tear. A big fight between these two guys in the featherweight division. Also got former champion Carlos Diego Ferreira also on the card. Janae Harding, Alex Pereira, Robert Whitaker, Leon Edwards. It's a big card. You gotta love it. We are making our way towards UFC 307, Namajunas versus Stamp Fairtex 2. That is our next episode in that pay-per-view. Be on the lookout for it. Our next pay-per-view after that is UFC 308, Jones versus Overeem, live from Texas on pay-per-view. That is our final pay-per-view of the calendar year, being December of 2024. We're going to go to 2025. That's going to be insane. 4 title fights on that one. The heavyweight, middleweight, bantamweight, and flyweight titles all on the line. And Max Holloway, Conor McGregor. How about that for an end-of-the-year pay-per-view? That's going to be insane. Appreciate you guys for watching, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rankings. As of our last fight card, we got Christian Edwards at number 7 now in that light heavyweight division after beating Jacare Souza. Still not retired, still in the rankings. Love to see that. At middleweight, we got Rafael Carvalho jumping into the top 10. That's pretty cool. Nothing at welterweight. Super lightweight, Eddie Alvarez dropping down to number 7. Emba Garimbo up to number 11, who did call out Tofik Musayev. At lightweight, nothing going on. Featherweight, Ricardo Ramos up to number 4 after a big win over Kams Ekpo, who drops all the way down to 17. Yikes. He fought for a title. That's insane. Bantamweight, Umar Nurmagomedov up to number 11 after a big win. Aljamain Sterling all the way down to 21. Nothing at flyweight, nothing at featherweights. We're going to have to send that girl down. At bantamweight, we got Desjarlais jumping up to number 18. Love to see it. At flyweight, Lipsky moving up to number 6 after a big win. Trying to see who was over. Andrea Lee stays at number 10. That's insane. And then at strawweight, Chanmi John up to number 11 after a big win over Nadia Kassem, who drops down to number 15 as a result. Love to see it. Let's get this one started. It is our middle of the week for fight card on a Thursday. Love to see it. Let's get into it. Lingo versus Torres, live from Minnesota. Nakisisa Nelson taking on Patrick Iodice here to get things started for us in the lightweight division. I believe he is making his debut. He sure is. Nakasisa after 2 quick wins in WEC. And it is Iodice who knocks out Nakasisa Nelson in the first round, welcoming him to the UFC. Congratulations. Pedro Carvalho taking on Gesias Cavalcante in the lightweight division as well. And it's Cavalcante at 41 getting a big win here today. Diego Sanchez taking on Joe Lauzon. Battle of the veterans here, 42 and 40 years older. These guys, Lauzon gets the submission in round number 2. Let's see if Sanchez retires here. He does not. These guys going at it. Jonathan Munier taking on Carlo Pedersoli Jr., and it's Pedersoli with the TKO in round number 1. Must have upped his game because he was a minus 750 favorite in this one. Andrew Todd Hunter taking on Randy Rude Boy Brown in the welterweight division. And it's Todd Hunter getting the unanimous decision here today, improving to 15 and 3. Gilbert Burns taking on Sean Brady in a very underrated prelim fight here today on the card. Sean Brady, a small underdog, and it's Gilbert Burns with the unanimous decision here today over Sean Brady. Thomas Robertson out of Norway taking on Lyman Good in the welterweight division, and it's Robertson knocking out Lyman Good less than 4 minutes into round number 1. His UFC debut is a successful one. Andre Fialho taking on Patrick Kinsel. I believe Fialho took this fight on short notice, is the favorite, and Fialho knocks him out in round number 3, the 19th win, I should say, of his career. James Nakashima taking on Alexander Illich in the middleweight division. Illich is a huge favorite in this one, and it is Joker Illich getting the win 3.5 minutes into round number 1. Zach Cummings taking on Romero Cotton, also in the middleweight division. Romero Cotton, I believe a current Bellator fighter, taking on veteran of the Octagon, Zach Cummings, 40 years old, taking on 10 years his junior, Romero Cotton. And Cotton gets the split decision in an average fight. Probably a very wrestling-heavy fight between these two. That brings us to our first main card fight in the super lightweight division. A huge jump in competition for Milos Janicic. One win in the UFC after being the WEC super lightweight champion. And he takes on Leon Rocky Edwards. You can see here, former title challenger twice, both at middleweight and welterweight. Did not get the title in either of those. You can see there, also fought AJ McKee and lost most recently. He's a big favorite over Janicic, and he gets the submission. Leon Rocky Edwards, submission winner in 50 seconds over Milos Janicic here today. I mean, the guy must be, I mean, good for him. I did not take Leon for a submission fighter. Khalid Taha taking on John Dodson in the 135 division. And my boy, the Warrior, Khalid Taha, knocks out John Dodson at 40 years old in round number 2. 20th win of his career. Robert Whittaker taking on Alex Pereira, who, as I am currently recording this, just last night knocked out Sean Strickland for realsies, and is probably going to fight for the middleweight title. Robert Whittaker has had a very tough time in the save. You can take a look here. I mean, he's not won a fight since 2021. He's fought once a year. Had a couple drug test failures. He faces off with Alex Pereira. But Robert Whittaker knocks out Alex Pereira in 25 seconds. Wow. Okay. Now, does he test positive? For whatever reason, Robert Whittaker has been testing positive for a bunch of stuff. And he's only fought once a year as a result of that. Featherweight's going at it here. Larissa Pacheco taking on Janae Harding. Pacheco is the favorite, despite Janae Harding being pretty good in her past couple outings. She's got a win over Janae Harding already, and it is Larissa Pacheco with a submission win over Janae Harding in round number 1. That's 3 straight now for Larissa Pacheco. She may be one win away from a title shot, the Brazilian. Co-main event now, as it is Carlos Diego Ferreira, the former lightweight champion, taking on Gary the Lion Killer Tonin. 8-1 in the UFC. A win over the former champion may just be enough to get Tonin a title shot. Number 5 in the division, Carlos Diego Ferreira, you can see there, lost to Tony Ferguson, beat Gregor Gillespie, beat Eddie Alvarez for the title, and then lost it to Dustin Poirier. A big win this would be for Gary Tonin, possibly, like I said, for a title shot. And it is Gary Tonin. Ooh, but a split decision over Carlos Diego Ferreira here today. Not sure if that is going to be enough to get him a title shot. He is victorious here today, but not exactly the showing he would have wanted. And that brings us to our main event in the featherweight division. Austin Lights Out Lingo taking on Daniel Torres. Torres, 7-1 in the UFC, only lost to Bryce Meredith early on the UFC Prospect Showdown. Since then, it's been submissions and knockouts, the last one being over Ryan Hall. Austin Lingo, this guy has been doing incredible ever since, knocked out Edson Barbosa. Ever since then, he's only lost to AJ McKee and the current champion in Chase Hooper. It is our main event. Austin Lingo is a huge favorite, without a doubt. I don't even know what's going to happen in this one. My money would probably be on Lingo, but we're going to see what happens. Only one fight remaining left to go here on this card. Like I said, appreciate you guys for watching, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. If you have not already done so, leave a like on the video and subscribe. As I'm recording this, we're nearing 600 subscribers. I'll probably be doing a little 600 subscriber Q&A once I do reach that mark. But if I have already done that by the time you've seen this video, obviously be on the lookout for that video. I also got a lot of Football Manager content coming out, Tennis Manager 2022. Be on the lookout for that as well. W3, all that good stuff. All right. Not too much going on. Glancing high kick, great right hook lands for Lingo. Last minute of round number 1 coming in. Left hand to the body, leg kick lands for Lingo, and that's the end of round number 1. Lingo takes round number 1 apparently. Round 2, both meeting in the center. Coming together to strike. No damaging shots are landing, nothing significant. Both fighters engaging, right cross. Lingo looking to unleash. Ooh, straight right lands hard halfway through round number 2. No fight team for Daniel Torres. I wonder what happened there. Straight right. 1 minute left to go in the round. Left jab and a kick to the leg for Lingo. Kicked into the thigh area. Coming together to strike. Right hand lands cleanly. End of round number 2. 10-9 to Lingo. Lingo ahead now, 20-18. Third round in our main event. Quick kick. Right cross lands hard from Lingo. Countered with the right cross. Torres feeling some damage to his legs here in round 3. Counterattacks with the right hand. Superb head kick. That shot knocked him out. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by knockout in round number 3 is Austin Lights Out Lingo. You gotta love it. 5,500 on tap to watch Lingo versus Torres. Nice little gate. Commercial rating of 100. Popularity, of course, not changing. Did we have any great fights on the undercard? Not necessarily. Let's see. We'll give it to Fialho and Kinsel. First round finishes. Pacheco gets 100K. Robert Whitaker gets 100K. We're going to see if he tests positive. Leon Edwards gets 100K. Alexander Illich gets 100K. Thomas Robertson, 100K. Carlo Pedersoli, 100K. Congrats to all of you guys. Still made a nice healthy profit. Highest paid fighters of the night, Gary Tonin, Robert Whitaker, and Austin Lingo. Appreciate you guys for watching. As I mentioned, like the video and subscribe. The next time you see me, it's pay-per-view time. And I'll see you guys at the fights.